hotel for the bathroom.
Oh, man. And it's usually clean in there because the people in there use the chlorine. Go in there, get your nice little sit on, yo. And you just walk in a hotel. A lot of people don't know when you check in. They ain't even checking for you. You just walk in, wave high, and you just look for the sign that says pool, bro, and you good.
How did you come up with that?
Look, I tell you, but you know me. You know I've traveled a lot. You know I'm on the road a lot.
But the hotel pool bathroom, like who thinks to do? Did you do it by accident one time?
Yeah, I think the first time I did it, I was traveling to Charlotte when I first moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was in Baltimore. I was hanging out with the homies, drank too much, and I hit the bubble guts. And I was coming through Southern Virginia. And I was like, yo, I gotta stop. And I stopped, and the bathrooms was full. But there was a Hilton Garden right next door. I was like, yo, I gotta go. So I went into a Hilton Garden and I walked in and I saw the first bathroom. And I was like, oh man, and I went in there and I'm a big dude. The stalls were full. And I was like, damn it. And I turned to the receptionist lady and I was like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, is there another bathroom on the floor? And she was like, yeah, there's a bathroom in the pool, just go in there. And I went in there, yo, and it was like magic. I opened that door like, oh. And I was like, yo, there's no one in here. So I went in there and I shut the door and I just sat in there. I was like, it smells clean because it got the little hint of chlorine in there. It looked like no one's in. Look, the toilet paper even still had the little triangle at the top. Like no one even touched it all day. And I was like, yo, I wonder if this works again. So another trip I was traveling, I was like, yo, let me stop at a Marriott. Went to a Marriott, walked in like I was there, went to a bathroom, found the pool, went to the little locker room pool bathroom. It was clean again. So now that's my gym. Anytime I need to stop and use the bathroom we're guys. So if I got pee, I can pee anywhere. Mm-hmm. But if I sit down and lamp, if I got a lamp, bruh, find you the pool hotel bathroom,
Yo, speaking of standing up while you pee, I don't know if you know this, but do you know it's healthier to sit down to pee for men?
What's the difference? It's still coming out the same hole.
Yeah, but the way your body is positioned, like everybody should, like you're supposed to take a shit in a certain form too. It's healthier, but the reason why men have prostate cancer and most women, like it's a very small percentage of women who get prostate cancer, is because women sit down to pee.
But women don't have prostates. They can't get prostate cancer. Now, I know transgenders can.
Men have breast cancer.
Well, men have the breast gene. We're all women at the very beginning and we transform into men. Like, once we get inseminated, we're all women until that Y chromosome clicks and we start forming into a man. We're all women starting out in the woman's body.
So if you found out that your chances, I didn't know that, by the way, but if you found out from your doctor or science proved that it's healthier for men to you live longer if you sit down to pee, would you start doing it tomorrow?
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with it. Look, man, that whole only men stand up to pee, man, y'all can have that male chauvinist stuff, man. If the doc tell me I'm going to live long and I can see my son play football, play basketball long, and all I got to do is sit down and take this. Hell, man, I'm getting old, man. Half of the time in the morning, I can barely see anyway. I usually sit down to piss at 5 o'clock in the morning when I wake up. I'm going to piss all over the place. And I don't want to clean up the floor because I'm out here missing the toilet.
Yo, I really think that I'm almost certain that that's a fact. I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure. I heard from a very credible source that I
believe you. Like the statement that you made to me, I wouldn't say, nah, you got to be wrong. You got to be wrong. If you're telling me that, they found out it's healthier for men to sit down and pee, I wouldn't care about it. But
what if I told you that? Would your answer be the same if I told you that when you were in high school towards college?
Yeah, I mean that whole sit down. I mean, I sit down to pee when I take a dookie. Okay, let's take the real question of this. Why do men say you're a punk for sitting down while you pee?
Because Jadakiss.
That it was just in a rap song.
Right.
Oh, most men piss when they take a dookie. You're sitting down, unless you're standing up dookie, which could be a whole total nother mess. Then you go in the shower. But most men take a piss when they take a dookie and you sit down. So what's the problem? I don't know any man that pisses and then turns around and sits down and take a dookie. That would make me think worse of you. I might think you're a serial killer. You stand up, take a piss, turn around and take a dookie.
A serial killer? Really?
Yeah, we might have to put you on that list that Donald Trump's for him, and
So I have another question for you. So you are surprisingly, I remember when I was first getting to know you, you didn't come across as the nicest person that you are. But like some people call you like a big teddy bear, like you're the one most loving people. You get the shirt off your back. You be calling to check on people. You be one of them people like, yo, you good? Like, yo, like, but you don't seem that way because of how big you are and just your whole, like your aura doesn't seem that way. And I always wanted to ask you, because in college, you were an amazing football star. You went to D1. You were scouted. You was on scholarship, right?
So that last part broke up. I wasn't trying to interrupt the praise, and I enjoyed it.
You were on scholarship at Towson, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I got the full boat. I got the full boat of money until I chose to spring football game my sophomore year and go to the prom. My freshman year, I chose to skip the spring football game, and I chose to go to the prom with my girlfriend, and then they took my money, and I almost left school. But then they gave it back to me. But that's a whole nother story.
Okay, so I'm curious I always wanted to ask you, because you were offensive line, right?
Yep, offensive guard, All-American.
Yeah, offensive guard, All-American. So being an offensive guard, it's like weird. Does being an offensive guard, did your position in football play to the person that you are, like the loving, caring, protective person that you are in any way?
No. I'd say that's more of my upbringing. My personality, I mean, it's like genes. It comes. I didn't know my biological father growing up, but my biological father's a character. I know him now. So I know I got a lot of my personality, my outgoing personality from him. I know I get a lot of my loving and caring personality from my mother. When we first met, I was probably off-putting because, growing up in Camden, New Jersey up until I was in the 4th grade, you had Camden, I don't like dogging Camden. I know a lot of people, put certain words that relate to Camden. I thought I had a great childhood growing up on Magnolia Avenue in Parkside, Camden, New Jersey. But you do know, poor city. It was a poor black city in the 80s. It wasn't the best time to be there. So, being that my mom was a single mom early on with me, having my grandmother around and my great-grandmother, because I'm one of the few people in the world who know their grandmother, their great-grandmother, and my great-great-grandmother that died till I was in 8th grade. So being raised behind with a whole bunch of women, you were always told to look out for certain things in that neighborhood. And even when we moved to Pennsauken and I started going to Pennsauken schools in the 5th grade, I didn't know anybody, but I was still, my mom, my stepdad at the time, who I called my dad, they were always telling me just to be on the lookout. You just don't know you can't be friends with anybody. You can't be friends with everybody, you want to be friends with everybody, but you can't. So that always stuck with me. So when we first met, I didn't know you. I didn't know anything about you. I didn't trust you. But the thing that allows me to open up to so many different people is, and you can probably attest to this and call me a liar to my face, I don't ask nothing from nobody. I want to pour a drink. I want to roll a blunt. Let's sit down. Let's build. Let's just talk about life. You ain't got to give me money. You ain't got to give me no food. You ain't got to give me nothing. Let's just talk about life and have a good time. And because I don't want anything from anybody, I don't expect anything from anybody. So it always puts us at an even plane no matter what status we are in life. So I can enjoy people for who they are because I don't want anything from them. I don't have any alternative motives when I talk to them. So my initial reaction is always going to be a little cautious because I don't know you. I don't know what you could want from me or what you might take from me. Once we establish those boundaries and I realize you ain't trying to take nothing from me, then we can just rap. You know, and if I get to know you and you're cool and you seem like a genuine person, consider you family. I'm always going to check on you. That's why I text you. Yo, you good? Everything good?
Yo,
every couple months, I reach out.
Always been that way. It's like really, like if someone sees you just randomly, like just somewhere, they would never think you're that type of person.
No, everybody, look, I tell you, and it's definitely because of the way I look.
And and you're mad fast, yo. I remember we played ball that one time. I'm like, yo, this dude is probably terrible. He's probably slow as hell. He probably can't ball. Yo, and you was definitely balling out, doing mad dribble moves. You was fast as hell.
Yeah, I do run the point. I run the point.
I forget who was guarding you, too.
I always get people on that. It's funny because even when I play college football, my coach used to always yell at me, Gunning, hurry, because I walk so slow. To this day, I walk slow. I'll be walking to a meeting with my CEO, and I'm like, Jason, why do you walk so slow? It's like, why you got to be in a rush? You can die tomorrow. I'd be in a rush, enjoy your time. But you put me in a race in the field with anybody, man, I'll walk your ass down. But going back to how you viewed me when you first met me, it's definitely looks. So I am a 6'2", 330-pound black man with cornrows and a beard. But I'm an accountant. I'm a high-level accountant for a high-level university. So anytime a student, a faculty member, or another accountant from another school has to come over and ask me questions, every single time they come over to me and they're like, yeah, I'm looking for Jason Gunning. I'm like, that's me, come on to my office. Mm-hmm. And they look at me, and then they look back at my name tag on my office door and say, you're our accountant? And I say, yes. So it's always been that way. Everybody looks at me, they're always worried until we start talking. I ain't trying to get nobody up no more. I'm old, man. I just had surgery. I just had meniscus surgery, and I ain't fighting nobody. Yo. I get my ass beat down nowadays, yo.
I doubt it. But what is a meniscus?
So you have your ACL, MCL, and your PCL all surround your knee. And your meniscus is on the back side of your knee. And it's just a tendon that holds your knee together. And I tore that playing basketball. So I had surgery in October. You want to talk about, now you're in the healthcare. And this is the great thing about the RM, because we could just go on all different types of subjects. You're in the healthcare. You want to know how terrible healthcare is. Let me tell you a quick story. When I played football, I tore my knee, tore my shoulder. On the football field, they say, oh, we got to get him to an x-ray. They took an x-ray. They say, something don't look right. They put me in an MRI. I tore my knee on a Saturday. I was in surgery by Wednesday. Easy money, 3 days, right? I tore my meniscus in June playing basketball. I called my doctor, said, yo, something ain't right. He said, look, just stay off of it, put ice on it for 3 weeks. Did that. Came back in July. Doc, something still ain't right, still ain't. He said, let me set you up for an x-ray. I said, Doc, my kneecap ain't broke. I know something's torn in it. I felt this before. He said, insurance tells me I have to give you an x-ray first. Fine. I call the x-ray people, have to schedule that. That takes another week to schedule an x-ray. get the X-ray, come back. I have the schedule now appointment for my doctor to tell me what